Welcome, everybody, to the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show Series. How are you and you and you? Good to have you with us. It is Sunday. It is a very humid day here along the coast. We're in the greater New York area, along the southern New England coast between New York and Boston. And we literally just got in from a beautiful, beautiful walk along the coast. Absolutely stunning. And then we stopped off at a little hot dog stand, and it was just really terrific. We literally got in maybe just about 45 minutes ago, did the quick change into the TV host, and here we are. Hope you guys are having a beautiful weekend from wherever you're watching live. Those of you that watch live, I know you like to comment live during our show, and some of you that watch later. We get a lot of people that binge watch the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show Series. If this is your first time joining us, we have done this show for well over a year. It's an extension of my professional work as a TV and radio personality, a radio host, journalist, actor, writer, producer, stage MC, voiceover artist. And we turned on the lights, the television lights, built the home studio here, and we've been going at it strong 7 days a week with over 400 episodes. And guests from all walks of life, too. Broadway, Hollywood, television, film, music, entertainment, science, nature, culinary arts, comedy, sports, you name it, and it's been a blessing. Thanks to all of you who have been watching, who have been tagging, sharing, talking about it on social media, who have been watching it on our YouTube channel, which is Jim Masters TV. We welcome you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Jim Masters TV. Click that notification bell so you don't miss any of the amazing episodes we do 7 days a week. Wait a minute, 7 days a week. Did I sign up for 7 days a week? What? Yes, 7 days a week, along with my professional day job in TV and radio. And it's a blessing, truly a blessing, an honor. We have a lot of fun on the show. We say the show has a lot of light, love, and levity. And in the summertime, I said that just a little too fast, ever the New Yorker. And I said levity. And when I said levity, all bets were off. Everybody fell in love with the word levity. So our viewers call themselves part of the Levity Squad. They happen to call me Mr. Levity. They call this Levity Hall, and they welcome all of our amazing guests as Levities as well. So it's really cool. We welcome you to the show. It's always great when you're here. Thanks for, again, all of the love and attention, all the great cards and letters and notes, how much this show has meant to you during this crazy year and how much it continues to mean to you. And you're inspired by it. You're entertained by it. That means a great deal to me. Thanks so much. And again, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We would absolutely love that. That is Jim Masters TV. It is there for you. It is easy. You see it right there on the bottom. YouTube, Jim Masters TV. Click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our episodes of JMS Live. And sometimes we do surprise pop-up shows too. We go on location. We do a whole host of cool things, all just for you. Special guests tonight. We always have amazing guests. Tonight, we are welcoming really a national treasure when it comes to somebody in the world of entertainment. Not only prolific game show host, television host, actor, singer, musician, songwriter, you name it. Just somebody that's the jack of all trades, that's flowed in and out of so many incredible aspects of this ever-changing industry of television and radio and stage, Broadway, and so much more. Of course, I am talking about the one and only John Davidson. He is live actually in New Hampshire. He is on location at a really special place that, as a matter of fact, we're going to be visiting in just about a month. We're going to go up and check out Club Sandwich, which is in Sandwich, Massachusetts. It's his new venue. We are so excited to have an opportunity to chat with him. He is, again, actor, singer, songwriter, television host, troubadour, most notable for, of course, Broadway, Hollywood Squares, the John Davidson Show. That's incredible. And countless albums, too, that he has sold over the years. And again, he is just somebody who people are always drawn to. And there's a reason why. He's a good guy. He cares. He has a lot of fun when he does what he does. And that's the key. You know, when you have somebody that makes it look easy, even when it's not, and somebody that just absolutely loves what they do, you're going to get that. And he is just somebody I've always admired. I've always found to be extraordinary at what he does. Here he is with somebody else we had an opportunity to chat with not that long ago, the wonderful Carol Burnett, over the years as well. And again, just a true honor to have him here on the show. I want to take you back just a little bit to some of the really cool moments. You know, Oprah gave away cars, right? Well, on the Hollywood Squares, John Davidson was known to get involved in car giveaways as well. Take a look.
Chosen their good luck celebrities, all the cast of fame that we have here, and this beautiful Quantum. Shadow, tell us about it.
The Quantum GL surrounds you with standard luxury features, including cruise control, power brakes, steering, windows, and door locks, yet it's an elegant understatement of grand touring prestige and Volkswagen practicality, provided by Volkswagen.
It's a beautiful car. It's worth $14,985. Good luck, guys. On the count of three, turn that key. Remember, if you don't win, you come back tomorrow, reigning champions. All right?
All right.
Stampions. Everybody, 1, 2, 3. Tomorrow, by the way, we will continue our one-minute musical that Gene is going to help us do. So come back tomorrow and see the cast of fame lead us through life. See you tomorrow on the all-new Hollywood Squares. Bye.
Some of our departing contestants will
Always having a good time. And of course, the John Davidson Show. You remember that on CBS? That was a staple in the afternoons. And he had an opportunity to cross paths with the legends in the industry and so much more. Great entertainment show. Take a look.
The John Davidson Show. John's co-star this week is from the hit series Dallas, Linda Gray. And their guests today are the star of The Empire Strikes Back, Billy D. Williams. From One Day at a Time, Pat Harrington. From Chips, beautiful Randy Oates. And the music of Pure Prairie League.
And there he is, live from New Hampshire, the one and only John Davidson.
Thanks, Jim. It's great to be on your show now. I'm doing the Club Sandwich in the Lakes region of New Hampshire, right next to the White Mountains. I got the White Mountain fever. Yeah. Got me singing this song all along. I'm going back to New Hampshire. God, that's where I belong. All the girls in Dallas think I'm Texan. New York City women think I'm them boy. Almost left my heart in San Francisco. New Orleans thinks I'm their Cajun boy. boy. Seems like since forever I've been traveling. Can't remember how long I've been gone. Now I'm dreaming about the old man in the mountain. Remember that? Feel that mountain fever. Come on. I got the white mountain fever. Jim, that's the closer for my show here at Club Sandwich. I've always wanted to do this. I bet your dream since you were a little kid was to host a talk show, just what you're doing right now.
Absolutely. Yeah. To have an opportunity to communicate with people and entertain them and inspire them. And that's something, John, that you've been doing for such a long time, whether it's on stage, whether it's on television, whatever the case may be, in the recording studio. Born in Pittsburgh, but raised in West Bridgewater, Massachusetts, right?
That's right. I had a New England accent till I was about 13. And my dad kept getting other jobs. So we moved to White Plains, New York, and they made fun of my accent. So I stopped saying Pakika and my boss in the band. And, when the girls laugh at you in the 7th grade, you do most anything to fix it. But I've done a lot of stuff. As you've covered it so well. My talk show, Broadway shows, hosting, that's incredible, and Hollywood Squares, and sitting in for Johnny Carson and all. But I've never had my own club like this. In Branson, Missouri, I had a theater, but this is a small club. It's an intimate club. It's right in the center of Sandwich, New Hampshire. And I mean, I'm sitting in it now. Can you see the screen? I'll point to it back there. That's a rear projection screen so that I can, the opening number, I can be singing in the woods of New Hampshire, or I can be singing by a stream, or I can be singing by the ocean at Portsmouth. I can take you anywhere with my rear projection screens. And I've just never had a setup like this because I'm a singer-songwriter storyteller.
Yes.
I've never been a song stylist. I wish you mentioned the recordings. That's the one thing that I wish I'd spent more time in a recording studio. Yeah, I have on my wall over there. I'll turn the camera so you can see my wall of all my, where is it? Back up over there. I've got all my stuff on the wall. There's a bunch of albums there and all the stuff that I've done, but I haven't spent enough time in the studio. I sold a lot of albums, 12 or 13, but I never had a hit record. I wish I'd had a Tie a Yellow Ribbon. There's one of my albums. Yeah, that was my second one for Columbia. I even went down to Nashville. There's my Christmas album. I'm really proud of my Christmas album. It's beautiful orchestrations. But, oh, how cute. How cute is this guy? Jim, come on.
I tell you, something in the water.
Yeah, nobody knew my intentions inside. I always look so cute. We're getting very cute. That's my Robert Urich look, like from Spencer for Hire. It's been a great career. I guess I think it's been confusing though, because I've been so many things. I've been a jack of all trades.
Yes.
I had a manager who spotted me in a Broadway show early on, the mid '60s, and I said, I don't want to be on television. I don't want to make films. I just want to be a Broadway leading man. I was a juvenile at the time. I just got to New York after graduating from Denison University in Ohio. And I just wanted to be on Broadway. I just wanted to be one of those Broadway guys like John Raitt or oh my God, Richard Kiley or so many people. Well, Goulet started on Broadway too.
That's right.
But he said, I'm going to take you to television. He said, I want to show you how to be a Swiss Army knife, not just one blade, not just one knife, but a Swiss Army knife to do everything. And he helped me to put together a Las Vegas act and helped me work on how to tell a joke, how to, and to be a well-rounded entertainer. And I'm so glad he did, because it meant that now I'm going to be 80 in December, Jim.
No way.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Well earned, but no way.
You could be my grandson. But I've been able to do this for.
Does that mean I have to mow the lawn too?
I've been able to be in show business for like 57, 58 years because, well, my early training, my voice still feels good and I'm in good shape and all. But I think it's because of versatility. Whenever I get bored with something, I just do another thing within show business. But mostly I like live. I like live performing.
I do too. That's why I think we're kindred spirits in that way. There's something about live television, live radio, live stage where anything can happen and they're depending on you to make sense of it, make it smooth, make it coherent, make it seem effortless and easy. Did you always want to dabble in all these different areas, John, because you didn't want to necessarily lay stakes down and just be that guy that's only known for that? Or were you somebody who was trained to be versatile? Like I was always trained and told coming up the ranks, always know a little of everything that's going on around you in the studio, on set, whatever it is, learn about it. You never know when they're going to pull you in and say, hey, we need you to do that.
But
we need you to fill in for this one. So I don't know if they necessarily go in that direction now. Now things are always very niche, but I think the jack of all trades sort of utilitarian way, the utility person, was the way that we were always taught, dip your feet in a lot of different areas.
I know, but that's one way, and that's the way I came up, that to be a well-rounded entertainer. But you take people like Johnny Mathis. Johnny Mathis makes that incredible sound, and he's still making that sound. Tony Bennett just sings. They've never tried to be actors or do comedy or what. They just sing. They're song stylists. Whereas a Bob Hope or a Frank Sinatra or a Bing Crosby, that kind of person does it all. And so I've been, because it was a television producer, Bob Banner, who found me on Broadway, just like he found Carol Burnett. He said, you got to have this broad career. And so I said, I don't want to do that. And so he convinced me that is a better life to have. And it's been great. But I think, I don't know, I'm sure this is true for you as well. Having my talk show, I took over from Mike Douglas in the daytime. And I did my daytime talk show. So I began to meet a lot of famous people and interview. Those became the years when so much information was coming past my face. That's the excitement of having a talk show on television or radio, whatever. But and then Hollywood Squares, I got to meet. I was the second host. The first host was Peter Marshall, of course. He was the award-winning version of Hollywood Squares, and I was just a guest on that show, sitting next to Paul Lynde. But then I got a chance to host the show in the 80s when they decided to go another direction and bring the show back after Peter Marshall had so successfully done it for 18 years. Then I did it for a number of years, and then it went on. And then Tom Bergeron was the third host. As a matter of fact, in my show, Tom Bergeron, also, we hosted, of course, Dancing with the Stars and America's Funniest Home Videos. Tom also lives in New Hampshire.
That's right.
And I called him and I said, I think we've met each other, but I don't know you really at all. Would you come and introduce me on video in my Club Sandwich in Sandwich, New Hampshire, so that I can show it at the beginning of every show? And he did it. He came up to the lakes. Oh, here he is, right here. Yeah. And we did an interview that was on a very popular show here in New Hampshire called Chronicle, New Hampshire Chronicle. And what a great guy. Man,
isn't he? Yeah.
He's a great buddy, and he and I are going to be friends for a long time. But
similar personalities too, in terms of affable, can do everything, make people feel good. I mean, the pairing of the two of you seems so appropriate.
I would love to do a show with him because he is more organized than I. If we did if we did the Odd Couple, he would have to be the really the detail guy, and I
He'd
would
be
have
Felix, and you'd be Oscar.
I guess so. Even though I'm maybe Oscar has to be like a football coach. I'm not that kind of a guy, but
Yeah.
But I would love to do a series with Tom Bergeron because he gets it right. I mean, in this promo that he did for me, what you just saw there was the interview we did on New Hampshire Chronicle. But in this promo, we did it like 3 or 4 times, and he nailed it every time. But he wanted to do it better. He's a real professional.
Yes,
great guy. He's a new show coming by. Tom Bergeron has a new show that he's working on now. You'll see it soon. I can't talk about it.
Yeah, he's somebody that I would love to meet and chat with as well. You've always been on that list, Tom is. And did you ever get somebody else that has always been on mine as well? Did you ever get a chance to work with or meet Dick Van Dyke?
You know, I might have met Dick Van Dyke at one time, but no, I worked with Jerry Van Dyke. Jerry Van Dyke was my opening act. You know, he was on Coach. He's gone now, but he used to be a stand-up comedian.
That's right.
But then he got Coach and became a television star, and just a great guy. I learned a lot from Jerry Van Dyke about attitude of doing humor. He just had a funny way of speaking, and Dick Van Dyke as well. They're masters at it. Yeah. He also drank a lot too, which was fun. That Jerry Van Dyke, and so we used to have a few beers together. But just a great guy. No, I never worked with Dick Van Dyke. I saw him do Music Man. He was a great live performer too. He did Music Man. He did a play as well with Carol Burnett. I can't think what it was, but no, I never really worked with him.
Was it Once Upon a Mattress? Was that the one he was in with her?
I don't think so. I
think that's the one that Lucille Ball saw Carol in and said she loved Carol, right? Yeah. And Dick was discovered by Carl Reiner when he was in, I think it was Bye Bye Birdie on Broadway.
That's right.
That's
what it was. Yeah.
Now you had an opportunity to work with Lucille Ball as well, I think, on her show.
I did. What a great lady. She was so nice to me and so supportive. She saw, I did used to be a TV Guide. Used to be a TV magazine, TV Guide.
Oh, yeah.
They did an article about me, which made me look like I was a worrywart and like I wasn't a very happy person or whatever. And she called me and she said, they tried to make me seem like something that I'm not too. And I didn't really know her that well. She saw me on the show with Carol Burnett and called me. She's so nice. And then she asked me to be the love interest for Lucy Arnaz for her daughter. So I did 2 different shows with
Carol Burnett.
With Lucy Jr.
Yeah.
And she invited me to her house to have dinner with Gary Morton and with Lucy. And she's a very nice lady. Now, Lucille Ball is a person that does it all. She knows lighting and sound and set design and she and direction, and she was a real pro, hard worker, very hard worker.
Yeah. She very exacting, had everything, and knew everybody's role and everybody's job and how to improve, which is an amazing thing. Going back for you, John, what were some of those sources of inspiration, maybe within the family, other performers, other entertainers? I know your dad was a preacher, right?
Yeah. Talking about performers. Yeah, there's a picture of my family. My dad was a Baptist preacher. I'm not religious at all. I'm an atheist. And so were my brothers. All 4 of us are secular. But my dad was a wonderful preacher. And my mother was an ordained preacher as well. And but they were American Baptists, which is it's not the Southern Baptist way. And my dad always said, you've got to do with your life, just as I did. You've got to do whatever your heart tells you to do. And he very rarely, the only time he really got mad at me was when I made a mistake once. I had a Helen Gurley Brown from Cosmopolitan magazine. Some of your viewers will remember this. They wanted to do a follow-up to Burt Reynolds' centerfold. Now, it wasn't nude. It wasn't naked. I was wearing a towel. And so was Burt Reynolds. This wasn't a nude centerfold, but my manager said, we ought to do this. And I said, I'm not going to do a centerfold. He said, you're not naked. You're wearing a towel. I said,
right.
Hey, it's very suggestive.
Yeah.
The towel was draped in a very appropriate way. Anyway, so my dad, that upset my dad and upset my uncles and Art Linkletter's. I saw him in a restaurant. He said, why did you do that? And so it was probably a mistake to do that. But I brought that picture of my centerfold. Again, it was not nude. I was wearing a towel, but I was very not dressed. I brought it back to the Hollywood Squares because at that time I was guesting on the Squares and Paul Lynde was in the center square. And Paul Lynde took one look at this photo and he said, well, you should have been the ambassador to underdeveloped countries. Very, very funny line. You know, all those lines were written for the stars. And Paul Lynde had a very funny way of delivering a line, but he wasn't clever like Jonathan Winters or Robin Williams. He was he has a funny guy, a funny delivery. But so they helped him with those jokes, and that's what made Hollywood Squares work. It still works because they give the stars jokes, and the writers on that show are fabulous. Yeah.
Absolutely. Of course, the other show, just as well received, and there you talk TV Guide. That's incredible. Tell us about that.
Oh, that was fun because, Fran Tarkington is also a preacher's kid.
That's right.
That's Fran Tarkington on the right. I'm on the left, of course. And that's Kathy Lee Crosby, just a lovely lady and very down to earth. There were no egos on that show. We all got along so well because we were all so different. Fran Tarkington, the scrambler for the Vikings. He was an incredible quarterback, still has some records that haven't been broken. And Kathy Lee Crosby is an actress and was working on many projects. I think she was producing things at that time, but was an actor and a spokesperson for different things. And of course, I had my career. So we were all, we weren't competing with each other because we were also different. But Fran and I, being preacher's sons, we were always trying to gross each other out. That's what preachers' kids do.
Yeah.
When we get together, we see how foul we can be because we don't want the other person to think that we're perfect like a preacher's kid. Right?
I remember growing up, all the kids that were I went to public school, but all the Catholic school kids, the minute they got out of school, they were wilder than the public school kids.
The only man, what was that? Dusty Springfield, the only man that could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. So yeah, I have that obsession with trying to, my mother always told me that I was great. I was perfect. And I've tried to prove her wrong my whole life. It's a terrible burden, heavy as the crown.
Did society and the industry also put you in that box as well? John Davidson is perfect, has to be perfect, will always be perfect. He cannot trip. He can't slip on a banana.
Well, I looked so cute when I was in my 20s. When I first started, I had this all-American look. I looked more wholesome than Donny Osmond. I mean, I just had this wholesome all-American look. And so everyone assumed what I was. And so I went along with it. I did. And that was part of me. I came from a very conservative background, and I was taught to be good to people and to try to see the best in people. But I found that it didn't go well when I tried to sing negative songs. If I tried to sing something like "Crying in Your Beer," who can I turn to when nobody needs me? People don't want to hear me sing that. It was better if there's Curly in Oklahoma with Susan Watson. She and I were in that at the City Center. That was my first Broadway show, and I got an award for that for my first Broadway show. Yes. She was a wonderful Laurie. I did so many tours playing Curly in Oklahoma. I did Curly in Oklahoma until I was 55.
Did you really?
Which was way too long. And one of the reviewers said, "Isn't John Davidson a little older to be playing Curly?" And he was right. You know, oh, that's with Leslie Ann Warren. That's The Happiest Millionaire.
Yeah.
We made two musicals at Disney, The Happiest Millionaire and the One and Only Genuine Original Family Band, and they were the musical, the period musicals after Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins was so big that they did two more musicals with the Sherman Brothers music, and Leslie Ann and I were love interest in both the Happiest Millionaire and the Family Band. That's given me an audience with kids who were maybe 12 and stuff, with young kids, and that's Family Band. Goldie Hawn was in it. That's where she met Kurt Russell, love of her life.
Yeah.
And the Disney musical, it was a thrill working on the Disney lot because it was a very special place, very kind place.
Absolutely. And you know, you pick up a lot of different things along the way about the industry and how it all works. And did you ever come across Walt at all, Disney?
Well, that's the deal. When you work at Disney, Walt is there in the commissary every day.
Know,
and Walt insisted that I call him Walt, and he called me John. Yeah. And that's the way he ran his studio.
That's
when he was coming down to the set, everybody would say, "Walt is coming. Walt is." They didn't say Mr. Disney. They said Walt is coming. Yeah. Just a very kind man and a great CEO in that. I mean, if somebody had to be fired, I'm sure Walt didn't do it. It's just a very kind man. And I learned a lot from him, just how to be. Now, he passed away shortly after Happiest Millionaire, after we made Happiest Millionaire. So my second film was Family Band, was without Walt. So it was a real transition at the Disney lot, because everybody's walking around saying, "What would Walt do?" Which is, of course, a bad way to run a studio. And finally, Michael Eisner came in and got Disney back on track again. But it was working at the Disney lot was a magical thing.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Here's another one of the productions you were in. Shell Game.
Oh, yeah. That was
Joan Van Ark.
Joan Van Ark. Joan Van Ark gave me the best on-screen kiss I have ever had. She found areas of my mouth that have never been discovered. She's just a great lady, and we had a lot of fun together. Shell Game. That was a pilot for a series that didn't sell, but it was based on The Switch, the Robert Redford and Paul Newman film. It was good, and I think we were good together, but the pilot didn't sell.
You had this also wonderful opportunity to be tapped by the one and only Johnny Carson to fill in and not only appear on his series, The Tonight Show, but also to fill in. Tell us about that opportunity in those years doing that.
Well, this picture right here is when I really screwed up on that. I was trying to sing a song.
It's on YouTube. It's hilarious.
It's Rudyard Kipling's "If." I'm using a clip from this in my show at Club Sandwich, and then I sing the song the right way. Yeah. I blew the lyric. I blew the lyric, and it was real. I mean, and they try to do that show live, and so I finally got through it. But Johnny Carson said that was very good, and it was very long. But originally, talking about guesting on the Tonight Show, I couldn't get on the Tonight Show because they thought I was just a singer, that I wasn't a talker, that I wouldn't have anything to talk about.
Wouldn't have anything to talk about.
And so I finally convinced them. Well, I used to work on stories that I would use on Carson. I used to get ready to do my next Carson show by trying to find stories that Johnny could relate to. I found it was best to throw things back at Johnny, so Johnny would get embarrassed, or Johnny was a very shy man, and so if I would kid him about that and all his marriages and the way he dressed and how uptight he sometimes. So if I threw it back at Johnny, it was good. But then they asked me to host it. Now here's the truth. I was doing a series with Sally Field called The Girl With Something Extra. I played John Davidson. She played Sally Field. And it was a romantic thing. It was romantic and a comedy. And it was on NBC. And so NBC, in order to promote The Girl With Something Extra, the truth is, they forced me on The Tonight Show. It didn't force me, but I'm sure that NBC said, Johnny, there's Sally. What a great gal. Oh, that's Sally Field is the real deal.
Yeah.
Just feet on the ground. Of course, it was after the show that she started winning her Academy Awards, but I was so honored to be part of her career when she was making the transition, really, from the Flying Nun and Gidget and all that.
Yeah.
And
more serious roles. And
a great actress. I mean, you could see that she had all that, but no one was letting her do that until, in the mid or late 70s. But what was I talking about before? Oh, so I have NBC to thank for suggesting to the Carson show that they use somebody who's on an NBC show. Not that I wasn't good at it, but I had a lot to learn, and I was very grateful. I guest hosted it 88 different times, more than any other singer, because instead of doing jokes, I sang I always did 2 songs at the beginning with Doc Severinsen and the incredible band. By the way, Doc Severinsen is playing trumpet great. He's in his 90s. He's in incredible shape.
Yeah.
He and I both had houses together in San Miguel de Allende, Mexico. We both I think he still has a house there with his wife, Emily. So,
what brought you to beautiful New Hampshire, John?
Well, I was trying to get back to my New England roots. At the time, I was living in Western Mass in the Berkshires.
Yeah.
My wife and I have a daughter that lives in Salem, Mass, and my 6th grandchild is in Salem, little Evie. And so my son-in-law and my daughter teach. They're both teachers, and they're both in education. So they work at the school. Boston has so many schools. So we wanted to be closer to them, and we found this old farmhouse that had been redone that was reasonable. And we bought this 23-acre place, and it was reasonably priced. And I love the trees. I love the trees of New Hampshire. And I like something else about New Hampshire. New Hampshire people are very strong opinions, and they will tell you if you screwed up or not. And I screw up one night. I say a lot of stupid things, and they catch me and they tell me about it. And I like that. I like people that are outspoken, and people in New Hampshire will tell you what they feel. I like that. It's right up front.
They're straight shooters, right?
Yeah.
So you developed Club Sandwich, which really is an amazing venue. And there's about 35 seats or so in there? Make it intimate?
It's 40 seats.
40.
Whether you can see, they're all sofas. They're love seats and sofa. Oh, there's a few chairs. But I wanted a showroom where people could sleep very comfortably during my show. It's important that they can sleep well. I'm kidding. That's a joke. But I didn't want regular chairs, and also because of COVID, I wanted to make sure that we were distanced.
Right.
And so it's socially. I mean, people can wear a mask. I hope everybody will get vaccinated, but you can wear a mask if you come to the show, and it's you're not sitting shoulder to shoulder. You're sitting on your own couch. Yeah. And a lot of these couches are Goodwill. They're used furniture that I got at Goodwill and thrift shops, and so it's fun.
Well, we have a little ditty that we dug up that you made that I want to show everybody, and it's very funny, and it's really terrific, and it really talks even more about this fantastic venue you've created. Here it is, and we'll come back more with my very special guest, John Davidson.
Okay, I'm lying on the couch in Club Sandwich. This is the showroom. I'm going to try to wait. I put my hand in front of the thing. I'm going to try to show you the showroom. I got to get up out of the couch. They're just so comfortable. You don't want to leave. So it's all comfortable chairs. and love seats. And whatever this is, I got to figure out those pillows. Love seats, comfortable chairs. Look, overstuffed chairs. You can play chess during my show. There, a lot of stuff on the wall. Hollywood Squares. That's incredible. Music Man, rock and roll stuff. My blow up dolls, of course, are on the walls, but they're not part of the show. They're just to show you some of the mistakes I've made. My dummy. This is a ventriloquist dummy that. It's a long story, and I wrote about it on the walls. My rhinestone pink guitar, and then there's 2 chairs back here, and then the best review I ever got at Birdland there, and then my wall of memories over here. Oh my goodness, I had fun collecting all this stuff. Popcorn machine, you got to have a popcorn machine. Here's the front door. There's where you buy your tickets. There's the poster and Borderline USA, our geography card game that Rhonda and I created, and all the chairs. And then all the guitars, I play several of them during the show. I built the stage myself. This is our screen so that I can be in any setting. I can be in the woods of New Hampshire. I can be in Portsmouth by the ocean singing songs. I can show videos from television shows that I've done. I can go back in time. This is really silly. My Mexican guitars here. But that's what I look out on, is people in couches. You've never been to a show like this. Come see me. And all our guest performers. I found some incredible performers to come help me entertain you. Come on out. Get vaccinated. Wear a mask if you want. Sure. Socially distance. You see how we're all separate here and going by CDC current guidelines. But come to Club Sandwich this summer. Come on out, let's play.
Love it. Love that. You have so much fun. You really, really do. And just in everything you've done, you've always made it seem so enjoyable. And you've lifted people's days, John, in so many different ways with all the different things that you've done over the years. And I'm sure you've heard that from countless people. You've just been like this bright light in so many different ways, whether you're singing or acting or hosting, performing. You enjoy the ride, don't you?
Well, I created a series last year called What's Next. It was all about the home stretch of life. I mean, I'm going to be 80, and so if you're going to do something after you're 60 or 65, whatever. Do it now. Listen to that voice inside you that says, what do you really like doing? Do you like knitting? Then knit. Do you like climbing mountains? Climb mountains. Do you like hiking? Do you like, you find a way that you got to find the money to do it. But a lot of things don't cost as much as you think they do. A lot of people say, I wish I could. I wish I could. I wish I could. You can't. You can find a way to make it happen. Club Sandwich is never going to make a lot of money. I don't have enough seats, but I love singing with my guitar, and I figured out this is what I love to do, and my family knows that this is what I love, and my kids kind of say, well, Dad's crazy. He loves to do this, and I think that's what we have to do in the home stretch of life. You've got to have a passion. I hope one day I'll just fall over on stage and that'll be it. But you gotta. Who was it? Who said? Dylan Thomas said, "Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light."
I love that. That is so absolutely true. And that's what you want to do. You did do a couple of different things, going like 60. You did a variety of them, right? Was there one that was the 60s suck and then the 70s, and now you're thinking about what to do with the 80s?
Well, the Club Sandwich is my adventure for the 80s. When I turned 50, it's funny, when I turned 50, I thought, well, it's going to be over soon. I'm going to start drooling pretty soon, and I won't be able to actually move around. That was 30 years ago, so I don't know what I was afraid of. But when I turned 50, I had a boat, an old diesel trawler, And I said to my wife, we're gonna move aboard the boat, and we're gonna go through the Panama Canal. And I took 9 months off. Hollywood Squares had gone off the air, and $100,000 pyramid, and I navigated my own boat for 9 months on an adventure from Ventura, California, through the Panama Canal to Florida. And then I'd owned the boat for 17 years, and I sold the boat in Florida. When I turned 60, I said, I would like to see what it feels like to live outside of the U.S., to be an expat for a while. Again, the kids have grown up. We've raised 3 children, and they are off and flying. So sold the house and moved to Mexico, to San Miguel de Allende for 7 or 8 years, built a house there. Great adventure. But I missed the USA, and so I came back, and that was 60. At 70, I got this notion that I was going to ride my bicycle. Hold on, let me show you something. Hold on a second.
And there you get a chance to even see John Davidson's chair. On this show, we always end up seeing the guest's chair, and now you're seeing that beautiful chair. Ooh, tell us about that.
Yeah, it's a CD called The Song Peddler. And you see, I'm next to my bicycle there, and I have my collapsible guitar, and it says, "From Portland to Portland, singing my way from Portland to Portland." It's songs just with my guitar and a little tambourine on my foot. It's an album that I sell here. It's actually my latest album, but it's 10 years old. I was gonna ride my bicycle. I love riding my bike from Portland, Maine to Portland, Oregon, and to do what's called busking, which is singing on a street corner or in front of a Whole Foods, to make money for food and lodging. I had a tent. I had a solar charger I had saddlebags on the, you can see the saddlebags on my bicycle. And the idea was that I was going to support myself while going across the country. It was crazy because I was 70. I had just finished a tour of Wicked. I was the wizard in Wicked. And I said, I'm going to take off. My wife said, you got to do this. Get it out of your system. So I did it for about a week, and it rained every day, and all my stuff was soaking wet. I called my wife. I said, can you come pick me up? I can't do this. So that was 70. In my 80s, I'm doing my own performance venue in the Lakes region of New Hampshire called Club Sandwich. And I'm presenting other performers. I'm going to present other singer-songwriters every Wednesday and Thursday. We've got some incredible talents who are just dying to work. COVID-19 has been very hard on live performers, and now everybody's dying to get out and work. And so even though we don't have that many seats and I can't pay them a lot of money, I've got some incredible performers Wednesday and Thursday nights at Club Sandwich. You can find out who's performing and what shows are sold out if you go to johndavidson.com and push on Club Sandwich. So johndavidson.com/Club Sandwich.
Yeah.
Or just johndavidson.com and then click on Club Sandwich, and it'll show you my other performers. Oh, there's the ad I took out in our summer fun thing here in the Lakes region.
Yeah, really, really terrific. And it's also great that you're creating a venue for other performers to share their talent as well. So it's like paying it forward, John, in so many beautiful ways.
And I'm also presenting a lot of local talent here. Club Sandwich is a listening room. A lot of the performers that I'm showcasing, they have to sing in bars and to sing background music. But at Club Sandwich, they get their moment. It's a showroom where people listen to you, and and show them the respect. They're ready for this, but maybe they've never played a listening room, and so I'm going to spotlight and showcase a lot of New Hampshire talent and New England talent. Yeah, and
you just really swing on in, right?
I have a swing. I've always done. Now, Jim, don't make fun of me.
I think it's fantastic. I think it's amazing. You're so darn versatile
on stage. So at one point, the swing comes down.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put on a funny hat, which you don't see there. and I'm going to sing a tribute to the summer camps on Lake Winnipesaukee. And the song is Hello, Mother, Hello, Father. Here I am at Camp Granada. So I've got something for everybody at Club Sandwich.
It's really absolutely amazing, John. Really,
Jim, can I just give you a compliment? I can't believe the production value that you're doing while we're talking.
I
just
appreciate
had no
that.
idea who produces this show.
And I'm also the technical director and the host, doing it all at the same time.
I don't believe it. It's an incredible look, and you've collected all these things on my career, and you never once called me John Denver. It's. I used to get that a lot. People say,
John Denver.
Lady walked up to me on the street and said, "You're somebody, aren't you?" And I said, "Well, everybody's somebody." She said, "No, you're somebody."
Yeah.
She said, "You're a singer, right?" I said, "Yeah, I have been."
Yeah.
And an actor. Yeah, I've been. Movies. Yeah. She said, "You're John Denver, aren't you?" I said, "No, John Denver died." And she said, "Oh, that's right. Yeah, he ran into a tree while he was skiing at Lake Tahoe." I said, No. Sonny Bono.
Sonny Bono did that. Yeah.
She said, "You're not Sonny Bono."
Yeah.
I said, "Of course I'm not Sonny Bono." And she said, "Were you in the Beach Boy?" I said,
She's checking off the list.
that was Glenn Campbell was in the Beach Boys. She said, "Well, you were so clean cut." I said, "Yeah, and so was Glenn Campbell, and he was a Beach Boy. I'm John Davidson." And then she said, "You are not." And I said, "I ought to know who I am." It's very funny. Anyway, thank you for asking.
Oh, that is fantastic. Here's a little blast from the past, John. Look at the bill of people: Goulet, Julie Newmar, Carol Lawrence, Johnny Mathis, you mentioned, Wayne Newton, John Davidson, Jerry Vale, John Ray. I mean,
yeah.
It goes back. Yeah. Amazing when you think about that. And on your talk show, you did have a heck of a time. There you are having fun with Ed McMahon on the John Davidson Show. What was that like, having a daily talk show? I mean, you've done so many other things, and to have this wonderful venue of a talk show that you were able to sing and perform, what you love doing, have a variety of different people pop on from all walks of life, and have just a deep, fantastic, inspiring conversations with them, and sharing with them, and then develop this wonderful rapport with the television viewers as well, which you did so beautifully.
Well, it was great when the stars wanted to play the game, because as you know, there's a game that we've been playing here for the last, and they have to show up, play the game.
Absolutely.
There are some big stars that don't want to, that are not honest with you, and that are hiding. But everybody wants to have Betty White on, right? Everybody wants to have the stars that open up and are honest with you. In that picture, I was kidding Ed McMahon about I saw him on his boat, and he was wearing some funny pants, and so he thought I was telling him how to dress and everything. And he was great. He was a very, very nice man. He's gone now, and just a great man. My problem on my talk show was Ringo Starr. It's the only.
I saw that, and it's on YouTube as well. Somebody has a clip on YouTube, and I couldn't tell, was he kidding or not?
He was stoned. He was stoned.
He was. Yeah, he was.
He was promoting Caveman.
You handled it beautifully.
Yeah. No, I didn't. I got frustrated. I actually walked off the set.
You did?
I
did.
A little petulant. I got on my high horse and said, "I don't want to do a show like this."
Yeah.
I was new at it. It was during my first year.
Right.
And I would have dealt with it much better in my second year.
Yeah.
But I just didn't know what to do. He was just drunk, and he was taking everybody's picture and saying, "I'm a butterfly. I'm a butterfly."
Yeah, wasn't Andy Gibb on that show too?
Andy Gibb. I think that was another show.
There was two with Andy Gibb, because he met Victoria Principal on your show.
That's right.
Remember? Yeah, that was a big moment.
Crush on her, And
Yeah.
so we surprised him with Victoria Principal, and then they got to know each other, and I think they dated a little bit. I was that possible? I don't know, but yeah, the talk show was great for that. I felt that I got better at the talk show. You know, something that you do so well is to be a host is a trick, and I was an entertainer for years before I got my talk show, and
Yeah.
so I was a little full of myself, and I was thinking that it was all about me. But you do this so well. You make the stars shine. That's the Merv Griffin phrase. So I had to learn how to do that. I got better in the second year.
Yeah. Yeah. And did you enjoy it as it went along more and more as
Very
well?
much, very much.
Yeah.
One of my favorite guests was. Do you remember Wayne Dyer?
Oh, I interviewed him on PBS with my PBS connection, and he's very missed. He was
Just
amazing.
Just amazing. He would come into my dress. I as you said, I usually didn't meet people before the show because I wanted it to be fresh and all. But he would come into my dressing room every time he was on. He'd come in and sit with me. What an inspirational guy, and so honest, and he helped me a lot. Your Erroneous Zones was his book that was
Yeah.
out then, and just a great spirit, and genuinely saw the best in people and wanted you to be your best. And Wayne Dyer was an inspiration, and his spirit certainly lives in me. He'll live forever.
Mm. Who are some other folks that really have touched your life along the way, whether they're in entertainment or not, over the years?
Oh, a bunch of people. I don't know. Oh, I could go on and on. I usually find something to be in awe of with everybody.
Yeah.
Even Ringo Starr, I think, is a
Yeah.
great guy who's had an incredible career, and I think is an underrated drummer. From all what people say, he's really a wonderful drummer, just laying it down, and songwriter. And so, I mean, there's something good that you can see in everybody, and that's the way to look at it, because no one is perfect. Oh, I'm not always this nice guy that you referred to. I've had my moments when
You're human. Yeah, you're
I've
human.
been an ass. I've just been obnoxious, and but I just keep trying to see the best in everybody and trying to be positive. I think that's the best way to live.
It really is. Absolutely. And, and paying it forward as you do so beautifully. And that's one of the things I love about Club Sandwich, that you're doing that. Pulling up another cool shot here, Finding Neverland.
Yeah, I played Captain Hook and Finding that's the musical about Peter Pan, about James Barrie, who wrote
Yeah.
Peter Pan. And there's a dream sequence where I get to play Captain Hook, and also in the middle, that's Charles Frohman, the producer who brought James Barrie to the stage, and it was a lot of fun. I got great reviews to that, and I was very proud of the dual role of that. It was done on Broadway, of course, by the guy from Cheers. I can't, not Kramer.
Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey Grammer. Yeah.
Yeah. He was wonderful. So I was sort of doing my Kelsey Grammer impression, but it was a fun role to do, because Captain Hook is bigger than life. I love doing that. The two tours that I did in my 70s were Wicked. I never did these on Broadway, but I did the national tours, several different versions, playing the Wizard, and then playing Charles Frohman and Captain Hook in Finding Neverland. Yeah.
Here's a cool shot we found. This goes back a ways a little bit, huh?
Yeah, I had a singer summer camp on Catalina Island, where I brought singers in from all over the country, in Canada and UK. And I was in a terrible fire in Cincinnati, and I thought, what am I going to do to give back? And so I developed the John Davidson Singer Summer Camp, JDSSC, and put together a program and had guest speakers. Andy Williams, Tony Orlando, Kenny Rogers came over to speak at the camp, and it was a great experience in 78, 77, 78. Now, this was Kenny and Mary Ann's wedding. this is an amazing picture because Kenny and John Denver and Glenn and I, and that's Kenny's wife, Mary Ann. We kind of came up, we played Vegas together. We see each other backstage. And this is, I think, Harris and Lake Tahoe, where they'd gotten married. Just a great shot. These are great guys. I miss Glenn and Kenny and John.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. And having an opportunity to know them as you did was a blessing, I'm sure, John. Here's another cool shot. Happy 200th Hollywood Squares. Ruta Lee there. Ruta is going to be a guest on our show this Tuesday live. Yeah. She's in Mexico right now.
Oh, Charlie Weaver, what a sweet man. And,
what a shot this is. This is a lot of
Peter Marshall in the back.
And Sandy Duncan.
Sandy Duncan. I was on one of her specials. And of course, Paul Lynn.
Rosemary.
Yeah, what a classic. Yeah. That's
incredible. I mean, did you ever, I mean, all well earned, but did you ever pinch yourself along the way to say, wow, this is really, it's quite amazing. Some of these people I'm working with and things I'm getting a chance to do.
I've been very lucky. I think part of it, though, Jim, is that I was along the way. If somebody said, you want to do Shakespeare? I said, yeah, I'll do. Have you ever done Shakespeare? No, but I'll do Shakespeare. Right. And somebody say, you want to host a game show? Yeah, I'd rather be $6 Million Man. But, I took a game show. And whatever came along, I started this when I was in Denison University. And then I got to New York City and I was willing to try. You got to be open to say yes. Say yes more than no. And I think that's, if you want to do anything, you've got to do it 10,000 times before you really master it. And say yes to everything and just keep doing it. That's the way in business or anything else. My son is a business coach, John Davidson Jr. He's a coach. You can find him on the internet. It's called High Level Performance. He's booked up every hour of the day helping people with their businesses. And he says, ready, fire, aim. Not ready, aim, fire, but ready, fire, aim. Get ready, do all your research, and then start it, and then focus it, and then aim it, But if you wait, ready, aim, fire, you'll wait there and you'll lose the opportunity. You may never get to it because you're so busy getting ready and aiming. Just fire, just do it.
Just do it. Right. Exactly. Just do it. And that's again, really the name of the game in your career. What was it like spending time with the extraordinary? You talk about sometimes people not necessarily going along with the game. Sometimes you can have people you come across, either you go onto their show or they come onto your show, or you're just, in the same room with them and they're just not going along with whatever it is. I would say, now having done this with you are somebody who's phenomenal at it and enjoys it, a master of it. A few other people all people that you've met and worked with. Florence Henderson, I had an opportunity to chat with.
Yes.
And Carol Burnett.
Yeah.
Real, affable, no airs about either one of them, funny, approachable, and everything that you would hope they would be. Florence Henderson, you had an opportunity to, do some things with, and the wonderful Carol Burnett. What was it like with Carol?
Well, I was on my very first show. It was called The Entertainers. She kind of presented me. It wasn't her show. It was she was one of the hosts of the show with Bob Newhart and Katarina Valente and Dom DeLuise. It was she kind of took me under her wing and was just very nice to me, and we sang some duets together. And she always came on like, she said, would you ever think in terms of an older woman? It was like she was kind of flippant with me, and she made me feel really special. And that was my very first show. She's like that. She just reaches out, and she's a very kind lady. There's another lady that's very shy.
Yes.
And the producer of her show, you know, that Q&A section where she answered questions at the end of her show.
Yes.
The producer suggested she do that so that we could get to meet Carol better, because
Yes.
she was very shy about really. She would rather play the washerwoman or the crazy lady,
Yeah.
or the housewife who's abused or whatever, than
Yeah.
to play herself. Because, and that's true of a lot of entertainers. You know,
Yeah.
You do theater, it's role playing. You do it so you can get away from yourself, because a lot of us don't have the confidence in ourselves. They say, who would want to see us? As a matter of fact, in the beginning of my career, Jim, I actually sat down and said, I'm going to create a character that is presentable called John Davidson. And I made a list of the things that people, you know, anybody can do this. When you walk in a room, because of the way you dress or the way you look or the way you carry yourself or the way you speak, people will perceive, there'll be a perception of you that happens in the first 30 seconds. So I began to try to figure that out, because of my dimples or because of the way I walked or because I talked. And I picked those qualities. It wasn't fake. I wasn't being phony.
Right.
You're just picking the best attributes of yourself that you think would be right for the role of John Davidson. And I think we should all do that. You've got to know what your effect is. The last thing we learn as people is what the effect is when we walk into a room. You don't really know. And it's fun to try to figure that out.
Those are beautiful words, and that is so true. Take the positives, the things, the strengths, because oftentimes, John, we always dwell on the negatives, right? The things that you can't necessarily change, the things that maybe other people point out, and you have this whole bevy of fabulous strengths that you sort of squash with these self-limiting beliefs, and you lose the inspiration, you lose the drive, and maybe you miss that opportunity to do something and share your talent, whatever it may be, with the world, because you focused so heavily on the negatives as opposed to doing what you just said so beautifully and eloquently. Take a look at the positives and then, really focus on that and create something from it, right?
Jim, I thank you so much for putting my words together better than I. Let's wrap it up with that. That's a good way to wrap it up. And I admire you so much, man. I'd love to come back anytime you'll have me. And I really appreciate the time. I think
it's a
people are
pleasure.
probably tired of hearing about John Davidson. We ought to move on and do somebody else. Who's your next guest?
You got that. We showed that. Let's see. We showed that. Well, there you go.
You may not be able to get in all your research. Who's
there
your
you
next
go.
Guest?
Dino.
Who's your next guest? Let me move down the couch.
The whole thing is you.
Well, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Did you want to play us out with something, my friend?
Sure.
And I will see you over the 4th of July weekend. We'll be coming up to see you, my friend.
Right. In the hills of New Hampshire on a crystal autumn day, if you're looking for adventure, well, it's sure to come your way. Meet me north of Hamilton. I think you know the spot I mean. You see, halfway to Canada and every mountain in between. New Hampshire is calling, as she always calls to me. In my thoughts, I'm on the end of Scotland, where I'm walking by the sea. I'm hiking to the top of Mount Manhattan, biking down the peak, down the back roads of New Hampshire, where I long to be. I'm going home, back to New Hampshire, where the gray blue heron soars across the sky. You've ever seen it, you know I will need it. When there is a battle cry, live free, live free, live free in New Hampshire. I got the wrong chord. Live free or die.
Some of our
Thank
lovities.
you.
You are now a lovity. I told you about the whole lovity thing. And Denise says, thank you, John. And Sherry Larson says, thank you, John. Enjoyed your memories. Rose Levy says, I'll make it up to Club Sandwich. Kathy Short in Cleveland says, wonderful evening. Thanks so much to you both. Kathleen in New York City says, John, you are awesome. Thanks for spending time with us. So nice to meet you. Jane, who's watching live in Sweden, always watching with us. Great show. Rose Levy says, great job, Jen. I always love John Davidson. Merlin in Ontario says, never get tired of John Davidson. Mary in Florida, you have such a great outlook on life. Thanks for this, John. Ann in Jacksonville, Florida says, thank you for an amazing evening, John. Gary in Iowa, USA. Lovely, John. Thank you for spending your evening with us. Jane, Sweden says, what a lovely person you are, John. What a lovely life philosophy you have. That's just some of the comments in here. April Premier says, encore, encore. Joan Sando says, what a wonderful interview, Jim. Your talent with everyone is so wonderful. This is great. Thank you. Appreciate that. Love Celtic Woman. Chris B says, so good to have you on, John D. Loved reminiscing about the good days. God bless you. And yours, John Austin Field. Another wonderful show. John, thank you so very much, my friend. You really are absolutely amazing. Thanks for all you've given. Continue to give. And I look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. It will be a pleasure.
Thanks for having me on, Jim. I really appreciate it.
You're the best. You take care and be well.
Thanks.
Have a good night.
Thanks.
The one and only John Davidson here on the Jim Masters Show Live. Llewellyn here says, lovely conversation. Good to see John again. Nice as ever. He really is, isn't he? He's a great guy, a super talent, and he's loved the ride. And if you didn't get a chance to see some of the photos that we showed before, here's one here. Here's another and another. You just go through some of them here for you. We saw this one. Some of the stories were really amazing too, weren't they? Of course, Club Sandwich is the place in New Hampshire, in actually Sandwich, New Hampshire. That's the name of the town, sort of in central New Hampshire, just west really of Portland, Maine. It's almost like a straight shoot. And there's some jackets over the years. Those are on display at Club Sandwich. There he is. He talked about his relationship with the one and only Tom Bergeron, of course, another amazing host. I would love to have an opportunity to chat with Tom and compare notes with Tom. There he is again with Tom, having a good time. And that's one of the walls at Club Sandwich too, with all the archival material. It's another inside shot of Club Sandwich as well. Cool shot there too. This is also on the walls. There is with Doug Henning. Of course, remember the illusionist Doug Henning, right? He talked about the ventriloquist doll. He tried ventriloquism. He tells the story at Club Sandwich. There he is having a swinging time. He actually does a song or two swinging from the rafters at Club Sandwich. Some of the other cool shots we showed earlier. Here's another one. Look at all those tickets of all those different Sammy Davis Jr., Wayne Newton. Ruta Lee, as I mentioned, is going to be on our show Tuesday. Sharon Garrison, brilliant actress, is going to be with us tomorrow live from Dallas. There you are from Dynamite. That's incredible. And this goes back to, again, some of the amazing stars on this bill here. Look at those names. Julie Newmar and Robert Grillet, Liberace, and John Davidson, of course. Carol Lawrence, Jerry Vale, John Waite, as well as Wayne Newton and Johnny Mathis and so many others. Of course, you know he had a wonderful career in Vegas there for a while. There he is in his school, White Plains, New York, the high school. The school actually gave him a proclamation celebrating him, which I think was fantastic. Having fun with Ed McMahon on the John Davidson Show when he was in Carousel. 32nd Annual Golden Globe Awards, which he hosted. Amazing, right? Having fun, doing his thing. And then some of the records, he had some great stories about some of these records we looked at over the years, too. There's another great shot. You may have some of these in your collection. And, of course, the $100,000 pyramid, hosting that as well. Great story he had about Sally Field, wouldn't you say? There's a great shot too. Some more. Cover of People magazine. Another one of the albums. Another one. There he is through the years. A dapper look. Cover of TV Guide when they were hosting That's Incredible. And of course, the John Davidson Show talk show series. Hollywood Squares. My Cherie Moore, wonderful album with John Davidson. There he is with somebody who was a guest on our show, a dear friend of our show. That is a young Glenn Scarpelli right there. Yes, that is Glenn Scarpelli. And if you didn't see the episode when Glenn Scarpelli, who starred in One Day at a Time on CBS, was on our show, check it out. You can see all the episodes of the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series right here on our show, the Jim Masters Show Live. So that's with Glenn. Some more great shots we looked at over the years. Again, performing on The Tonight Show, which he had an opportunity to guest host. Some more shots again from his show, which was the John Davidson Show, of course, on CBS in the afternoon. That's incredible. I mean, there's thousands of photos, but we just wanted to browse through a few of them here. There, he was a special guest star on Here's Lucy with the one and only Lucille Ball. Yeah. And so much more. Again, we had such a great time with him here on the show. He really is a true legend, a real pleasure. He spent a good amount of time with us. We really appreciate that. We're going to actually see him in person in a couple of weeks. We're looking forward to that. We're going up to see him and to visit his new venue. So we're really, really looking forward to that. I'll keep you posted on that. And maybe we'll have some photos and things of that nature as well. Sharon Garrison's here, did a dinner theater show with Julie Newmar many years ago. She was amazing to work with and a lovely person. Sharon, you are our guest tomorrow night. It's so good to see you here. And if you want a preview of this amazing, brilliant talent who's going to be with us live from Dallas. Now, Sharon, it's about 90 degrees here on the East Coast. What is it like in Dallas? It might even be cooler in Dallas. Here is Sharon, who's going to be with us tomorrow. Join us tomorrow because we're going to have a wonderful time. And then the one and only, well, let me show you actually a couple of quick things here. We have amazing guests that are coming on the Jim Masters Show Live. Of course, John Davidson was tonight, gracing our presence. We appreciate that. Ruta Lee, the one and only Hollywood legend, Ruta Lee is here on Tuesday. It's going to be amazing. We're going to have a lot of fun on Wednesday when comedian Al Ernst stops by. And then we have Dr. Rico Simonini. Not only is he a cardiologist, but he's a brilliant actor. He was in the movie Glengarry Glen Ross. That's right, with Kevin Spacey, Jack Lemmon, and so many others. He's a well-known Los Angeles cardiologist as well. He's going to be with us this week on the show. Then we have Steph La Rochelle. She was in Dear Evan Hansen on Broadway. She's going to be live. She's a wonderful actor, singer, and musician. She's going to be with us live from Canada coming up this week. We have Malou Bouvier going to be joining us from Budapest, Hungary. She's another amazing guest coming up. She's a brilliant singer-songwriter. Coming up next weekend as well, we have an amazing group that everybody is very, very excited about. They are called October Project. And if you're not familiar with them, Google them. You will see how incredible they are. We're very excited to have them coming up on the show. That's going to be next weekend. We've got a lot of incredible guests next weekend as well. We do this show 7 days a week. Oh my God, did I just say that? Yes, we do our show 7 days a week, gang. So we always have a good time here. But Sharon Garrison's joining us. She's watching right now. You know who else was here? We'll have to try to find his comment again. Rob Evan, Yeah, brilliant Broadway star and actor, singer, songwriter Rob Evan was with us last night. If you didn't get a chance to see that episode, it was fantastic. He performed live. We had an epic conversation. Of course, he's co-creator of Rocktopia. He starred as a lead in Broadway in so many great productions. He was a part of Trans-Siberian Orchestra, TSO. He was my guest last night. Dino Kartanakis. If you don't know Dino Kartanakis, he is incredible. Brilliant pianist, a beloved individual in the music world. Sold millions of albums. We had an epic conversation with him earlier in the week. You can see that episode. He played all kinds of incredible music for us on the fly, freestyle, conversational, and it was fantastic. Really was fantastic. So you can check that out. And Bob Ader, the wonderful Bob Ader, we had a hilarious time with him just a couple of nights ago. You can check that out as well. But Sharon Garrison is with us tomorrow night. She is so excited, she could not contain herself. So she had to create a video. I was so happy she did.
Hey there, Gym Masters, and all you Gym Masters Show Live fans out there. I am really looking forward to joining you next Monday, June 7th, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. My name is Sharon Garrison. I'm an actor, acting coach, director, and producer based in Dallas, Texas. I hope you'll join me, and let's talk about getting back into the theater to see a movie or see a play. See you then.
I like that. See a movie, see a play, see you then. Very, very smooth. Very smooth. April premiere. Well, my hair is usually short, like, you know, the logo for our show, but I haven't had it cut since the pandemic started. I'm probably going to get it cut because some of my television work, it's got to be shorter. But right now it is longer. It's all pulled back there. I blew the lights out just now. It's all pulled back there. So yeah, it comes down to here right now. So I pulled it back there. Sharon Larson says, so many entertainers I forgot about. Wonderful. Thank you very, very much. Kathleen Walker, anybody that's watching for the first time, we welcome you. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Gym Masters TV. Click the notification bell so you don't miss any of the amazing episodes we have of our entertainment lifestyle talk show series, sort of bringing back that old school way that folks like John Davidson and Mike Douglas, Merv Griffin, Johnny Carson, Dick Clark, Dick Cavett, Steve Allen did, with a modern vibe of today. That's what we're doing. So it was really extra cool to have John on, and I can't wait to see him in a couple of weeks when we go up to New Hampshire to see him. Always love seeing guests that I've been a fan of and finding out they are as wonderful as you hope they be. John, absolutely. He gave us quite a bit of time, and I really appreciate his words too about our show and the production value and everything that we're doing on this show. You know, he's been in this business a long time. For his kind words, I really, really appreciate that very, very much. He was a ball. We had a great time with him. He's amazing. Let's take a look at some more of these comments we have. Llewellyn says, lovely conversation. Good to see John again. Nice as ever. Thank you, Llewellyn. Good to have you with us. And join us 7 days a week, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific on the Jim Masters Show Live. And Joan Sandos says, what a wonderful interview, Jim. Your talent with everyone is so wonderful. This was great. Thank you. My pleasure, Joan. I thank you so very, very much. All these wonderful comments. Austin Fields says, another wonderful show. Thank you very much. Sherry Larson says, thank you. John enjoyed the memories, of course. We tried to sprinkle. He's done so much, you know, in a certain amount of time, it's hard to get to everything, but I think we covered a great deal from Broadway to television, to his music career, to his new endeavors with Club Sandwich and more. Great job, Jim. I've always enjoyed John Davidson. Thank you very much. If this is your first taste of the Jim Masters Show Live, I hope you'll be here. Renee Oscom in Iowa, good to see you as well. Renee, you're very welcome. Great to have you here. Great show. Jane, who is watching in Sweden. Kathleen, I hope you're doing well. Rob Evan was on last night. I know you had your vaccine, you're vaxxed, so you're probably maybe a little tired. I hope you're doing well there in New York City. take a look. A couple more comments from our lovely friends here. Very true, Sharon. Talk shows are very tricky to do. I do love them. Jane says, now we know whose track with those shows you, Jim, got your inspiration from. Yeah, several different people in the industry that I've always admired. And then, you develop your own style. You don't want to copy others, sort of that phrase that I always use, often imitated, never duplicated. And Christine, yes, we got a chance to see his chair. Now you saw John Davidson's chair as well. Jen Barry in Allentown, Pennsylvania had a good time. Jane says, wow, I am 60 and get tired just to think about your bicycle. Good thing you don't live in Holland where bicycles are everywhere. And cool stuff. Kathy Short says those Disney movies were great. And couple more. You saw a fur baby there, huh? You saw one of his animals there. We showed this to John. Thanks for coming on. Lovely Hall, you're an American treasure. Hi, Jim and John, all lovely friends. We appreciate all these great comments that have been coming in throughout the show. And Rob Evan, who was our guest. Hey, Jim and John, you haven't aged. This is talking about John. Since the Music Man at Tots, at Chris Manos, all those years ago, I began my union career with you, my friend. Best, Rob Evan. John will see this episode again, too. So he'll also see, he has the link to this episode. So he'll see all these beautiful comments as well. And Rob, I will also pass that. I have two assignments. I have to pass that to John Davidson for you, Rob, and I will do that. And I will pass the other comment to my colleague and somebody you know personally, Doug Llewellyn, who hosts the People's Court. He and I have co-hosted and co-anchored a television news magazine show for many years out of New York. Doug Llewellyn and I know you know Doug and his family as well. So I have two people I've got to connect with, my friend Doug and John as well, to pass along your fabulous comments. And all of you guys are truly a blessing. We thank you very, very much for joining us on this episode. And we encourage you to share the lovity, spread the word, tell everybody about our show. And just want to make sure we haven't, I know so many comments come in, so we hate to miss some of them. Jane says, good night, all lovelies to you, sweet Jim. Thank you very much, Jane. And in Sweden, doing much better. Thanks, Jim. Had some issues yesterday, missed a lot of the show. We're watching the archives. Yeah, because I remember I introduced you to Rob Evan when we went to Rocktopia in New York, and you got a chance to meet him backstage. I know you were very excited. Cool stuff. You be well and rest up the rest of the weekend. Love your ability, Jim, to summarize the incredible full career of John Davidson. Just love your style of interviewing. I always enjoy your show, and you put a smile on my face. God bless you, Jim. Love Celtic Woman Chris B. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Those words mean a great deal to me. They mean a great deal. Soon to bed for you in Sweden. You're going up again 2 hours. You're going to be awake in 2 hours for work. Wow, you better go to bed. Absolutely. Thanks for being with us. You're a trooper. Ann Wozniak says, thank you, Jim, for another wonderful evening. Good night, everyone. Have a wonderful week. Absolutely. You too, Ann Wozniak. Jane says, thanks, as always, for a great show. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. You guys are truly, truly the best. A couple more comments coming in here. If you missed any of this episode, you can see it on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. Another wonderful show. Thanks, Jim and John. Looking forward to Sharon Garrison tomorrow night, Ruta Lee on Tuesday. And that is just the short list. Denise says, thank you, Jim, for a wonderful show. You're welcome, Denise. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, drop a like on this video on our YouTube channel. We would love that. That really helps the show. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Jim Master TV. That's Jim Masters TV. Click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our episodes live 7 days a week, and also our pop-up surprise shows. And drop a comment on the YouTube channel under the video. YouTube monitors all that, and they love that. So we would love it. Don't cut the hair. Sharon Garrison says, long hair is in since the pandemic. You can always cut it if you need to. Yeah, it's all tucked back there very tightly. with about 4 rubber bands. One isn't cutting it, literally, pun intended. Good night, Jim and all lovelies. Really enjoyed John tonight. Merlin in Canada, you have a good night as well. Sherry Larson says, thank you for another wonderful show. Good night, everyone. Thank you, Sherry, as well. All the new folks who've joined us of late, thank you so very much. We welcome you to our party, which we call the Jim Master Show Live. And on our show, it doesn't matter your religious background, your political views, height, weight, eye color. It does not matter your income or your zip code. Everybody is welcome to join in the party here on the Jim Master Show Live. I really enjoyed John tonight. And thank you, Jim, for another wonderful show. Good night, everyone. My pleasure. My pleasure. Been a really incredible week of guests. And John, I think, was very surprised that I'm the host and producer and technical director as well during the live show. And yeah, I appreciate his comments really, really deeply. This is a gift to allow all of us to have time to just enjoy wonderful people. Thank you, Jim. Keep going. Joan, with words like that, I sure will. Just like John Davidson. I mean, he's still doing his thing. Like he said, he's 80. And here he is. Look at Dick Van Dyke, 95. Betty White. I mean, these people are troopers, troopities, as we say here on the Jim Master Show Live. They love what they do. They have great spirits, and they share the levity. Good night, Jim and lovities, from Gary in Iowa. Good stuff. You guys are really amazing. Thanks for these great comments here. Renee in Iowa. Good to see you, Renee. I think your hair is longer than mine now, Jim. Mine was halfway down my back. Oh, wow. Halfway down your back. Then cut it to shoulder length. Wow. And Sharon says, John is still a handsome dude. And Renee says he doesn't look 80. And good night, everyone. Have a great week. You too, Renee. For all of you who watch, we also have a Facebook page for our show called JMS Live Lovity Hall. JMS Live Lovity Hall. Check it out. You're all welcome to hop in. And you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Periscope, and YouTube. Did you write that down? Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and Periscope, and YouTube, all at Jim Masters TV. We simplified it. It's all at Jim Masters TV, including 400 plus episodes of our entertainment lifestyle talk show series are all here for you at Jim Masters TV on YouTube. Christine Clifton in North Carolina says, thanks for such a wonderful and entertaining show with John. He is incredible. That's incredible, right? Loved it. See you tomorrow. Good night, Jim Masters and lovely friends. Thank you very much as well. Good to have you with us here. And we toast all of you. You and you and you. We usually do this in the beginning, but we wanted to get John right on. And somebody else that was watching, I didn't get a chance to show this to John, but maybe I'll bring it up to New Hampshire when we go. Of course, George Burns was with us tonight. As he is always. Got to put smiles on people's faces. Good old George Burns, who played God, right? George Burns with us here on the show. Thank you, Christine, as well. And cool stuff. You guys are the best. Toasting. Yes, welcome to April Premiere. I love that handle, April Premiere. I came to your channel via John Davidson's social media, and now I'm hooked. You have a new subscriber. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. If you love the TV personalities, we have Marion Ross coming up, who played Mrs. Cunningham on Happy Days. We have Eileen Graff coming up, who played the mom on Mr. Belvedere. We had a couple of times Kathy Garver, who was Sissy on Family Affair. We had Cammie Cotler from the Waltons. We had Sissy Wellman from the Waltons. Stan Livingston, who was Chip Douglas on My Three Sons. All of those guests were on our show, and many, many more coming up. Rosalind Kind is going to be on our show. Brilliant performer, entertainer, singer, sister of Barbara Streisand. She's coming on as well. So, April, we welcome you to the Jim Masters Show Live. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Share it on your social media. Tell everybody about our show. And I'm sure if you've followed, John, that maybe this show gives you a little feeling of some of those shows, the way they used to be done, with a lot of warmth and levity and good times, with a modern twist of today. Cool modern vibe. Welcome, April. Have a great night. Sending you much levity. Good night, all. Kathleen, rest easy. Mary welcomes April to the Levity Hall. So now April is now a Levity. She's now one of our Levity viewers. Welcome to Levity Hall. You are now part of our Levity squad on the Jim Masters Show Live. Let's welcome April, one of our newest Levity squad members here on the Jim Masters Show Live. Soraya, good to see you here. Jim, thanks for a great show in the interview with John. And I haven't seen him in years. I was growing up. It was a huge treat. Since you were growing up, you hadn't seen him. I'm so glad we brought back some cool memories, and he's doing some cool things right now. We still have the hearts. Jen Barry was asking, see that heart right there that's floating back and forth? That's one of the remaining hearts from the balloons we had right in front of the guitar. You know, if you see the guitar there. Yeah, the guitar right there. That is one of the remaining. There's like 5 balloons attached to that. That's the holdout. And the central air conditioning is on. So that's why, see it moving back and forth? Right there. That's one of the remaining hearts of that balloon bouquet of hearts that we had on set for our 1-year anniversary celebration episode a couple of weeks ago, when we hit 1 year of the Jim Masters Show Live and over 400 daily live episodes. There it is, smiling at you. The remaining, we had like 5 or 6 of them tied together. They were right next to this guitar. They're back there, and that is the remaining one. And then there were one. The others are there, but they have collapsed on the floor behind that one. Jen Barry was saying, do you still have those balloons from the anniversary show? There's the remaining one smiling at you in its glory, hanging out there. And the air from the central air conditioning system here in the house, there's a vent over there in the corner, and it's blowing that one around. It's like it's alive, but it's the holdout. It's the holdout. See, there it is. It just turned around for you. Now you see it's shaped like a heart, right? Yeah. If you thought that was like a little person, no, it's one of those remaining hearts from our anniversary show. You got it, Jane. Absolutely. Sharon Larson says, oh my God, I thought the balloon was a lava lamp. It sort of looks like that, doesn't it? It's one of the remaining balloons that we had on our anniversary show. If you guys did not see the Jim Masters Show Live epic anniversary episode, go back and watch. We had special celebrity guests. We looked back at some of the comedic moments of our show, and then we had some special video tributes from many of our past guests, celebrity friends, and more. Gary says, you made my evening showing George. My night is not complete until you introduce George Burns. Absolutely. Absolutely. And more coming in from Sharon in Sweden. Head to bed now, Sharon. It's getting late for you. All right, gang. We love you all. You guys are the very best. We thank again our new friend here on the Jim Masters Show, the one and only John Davidson on the Jim Masters Show Live. Epic conversation, great sense of humor, poignant moments, really good guy. And just a pleasure to consider now one of our Jim Masters Show lovities for sure. He's open, he's authentic, he's honest, he's talented. What more could you want, right? Oh, the anniversary show that we did was amazing, wasn't it? It sure was, gang. It sure was. I agree. So I hope you'll join us again. It's always a pleasure when you're with us, gang. My name is Jim Masters. I'm your host here on the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show Series. We thank you very much for making us a part of your day. One more time, actor, singer, songwriter, television host, troubadour, John Davidson, and Club Sandwich. If you missed the video that we showed where he was giving us a tour, check it out. It was very funny and really, really cool. And we showed some clips from Hollywood Squares and also from the John Davidson Show, and then lots of photos from his career over the years. So I would say that's a wrap, right? I think we've covered everything. Unless you guys can think of something else, I think we've covered everything. It's been a wonderful day and a great night with all of you. Back tomorrow with a brilliant actress, Sharon Garrison, who's going to be with us live from Dallas, Texas. One more comment coming in, and then we shall wrap it up. That's a good one. Kisses coming in from New York City and Kathleen Walker. Thanks, gang. We love you all. You take care. Stay healthy. Be well. Keep smiling. We do a couple of other things before we head out. We always love to do this. Don't forget to smile. Don't forget to share the lovity. Absolutely. Share it with the world. And don't forget to find your Zen place. Find that Zen place, gang. Mine, of course, is time with loving family and friends, which we can't wait to see more of now that we are vaccinated and we're able to travel. We're going to be doing that this summer. I think we're going to be taking you on location, too, to some of these places where we're going to be traveling this summer. But the other place for me, other than cycling and tennis and writing and loving family and friends, is the ocean. That's the Atlantic Ocean. I grew up near the ocean, live near the ocean now, swimming, surfing, boogie boarding, sailing it, walking it, sunsets and sunrises near the ocean. That is a very Zen place for me. And my work in television and radio and stage throughout the years, on air, on camera, behind the scenes, also a Zen place for me because I love what I do and do what I love, just like John Davidson has and still does. And I think when you do, people can tell. People can tell when you're real and you're authentic and you mean it and you care. I think people can really tell. And that's hopefully what you get from this show. Authenticity, good times, levity, love, all the things we talk about. Christine says, Jim, this was an epic episode with John. Lovity to all. Hugs to all. Love the balloons are still going. Yeah, that one holdout right there. There he goes, making his appearance. His head looks like E.T., doesn't it, a little bit? Do we want to name that balloon? Bye-bye, everyone. Good night. Dinner time for you. We had dinner already. We walked along the coast. We did a walk. We were sweating. It was like, low 90s, but we were along the coast in the breeze. We were actually out towards where Katharine Hepburn's house is. We were out in beautiful old Saybrook, Connecticut, which is on the coast, and Katharine Hepburn's house is right there in Fenwick, beautiful area. And then we stopped off at a little place called Liv's Shack. Lobster rolls, hot dogs, French fries, soda, nice sweet iced tea, and it was nice. Really, really beautiful day. See you tomorrow. Night at all. Hope you're doing well. You and Bernie, happy anniversary again, too. I know you guys celebrated your anniversary, and you went on a mini vacation, too. So it's nice to have you back. Renee in Iowa. All right, gang, I think we got it all covered. The Jim Masters Show Live is here for you, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, on our YouTube channel at Jim Masters TV. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We would really, really love that. If you missed an episode, all episodes are there for you, 24/7, 365. Tell everybody about our show. We would love that as well. You guys are truly amazing. Thanks for all the comedy, brevity, levity. It always makes a difference when you guys are tuned in. Those of you who are with us who are not commenting live, we think you're terrific as well, because we realize not everybody, comments live during the show. Some of you watch later on in the archives. So if you're watching this, 6 months from now, hey, we welcome you to the show, and thanks for all of your wonderful viewership and your support of the Jim Masters Show Live as well. And Jane in Sweden says you had between 25 to 28 Celsius. That's hot. That would be very cold here if it was Fahrenheit, but hot where you are. Good night, gang. Thank you very much. Our special guest star tonight on the Jim Masters Show Live was John Davidson, and I'm Jim Masters. We love you all. Take care and be well. All right. Jim Masters, thanking you for your time this time. Till next time. We'll see you on the next one right here. I'll keep the light on for you on the Jim Masters Show Live. Good night.